Good evening. Welcome to Military Strategies. We are live right now. February 19, 2026. Israel is facing the most important decision in its history: to finish the job once and for all and close the gates of hell for the Iranian regime. That's where we are. That's where this channel is. That's where you are right now, anywhere in the world, wanting to know, to share, and to send all your support and energy to the great people of Israel, who are about to face the greatest military force ever built against mankind. Family, your likes, your comments are super important tonight, on the night when we're going straight to Iran to find out what they're doing. Let's begin. Very good evening, family. Here in Europe, it's already February 19, 2026, while in much of the rest of the planet, it's still the 18th. The world is full of numbers, dates marked in history. This weekend, today itself, or this February of 2026, could be marked as a date that no one will ever forget. In our memories, for those of us who are a bit older, the images of when Saddam Hussein invaded Kuwait, how a military coalition gathered within weeks to overthrow him, how the presidential area of Baghdad was bombed. Those images of bunker-busting bombs falling on the Ministry of Defense, or also the images from some time later, on September 11th in the United States. The images of the B-52s over the mountains of Tora Bora in Afghanistan, searching for the person responsible. The images we've experienced during war, from Bosnia, Kosovo in the heart of Europe. All those images that have marked history in some way for billions of people are about to be repeated. Now at this moment, while we are speaking in Israel, in the Middle East, in the United States, in Iran, and throughout the region, welcome to Military Strategies. We are live right now. Thank you very much for your attention. This is not just a military war, it's a spiritual war. It's a war in which faith must always be present. And it must always be on the side of those who fight and also those who are victims of the dictatorship, as in this case, the people of Iran. The people of Iran need help. That's where this 2026 began. The people of Iran took to the streets to protest against the dictatorship of a cruel Ayatollah who decides the lives of men, women, children, and the elderly, and who has oppressed the Iranian people. Why not? It's not his people, but it is the Iranian people living under a dictatorship where no one can breathe unless he allows it. Having an elderly person deciding the future of millions of people, what could go wrong? Well, then today's news continues. Continuing what we were talking about today, today's news is clear. Iran is loading its missiles with fuel, preparing them, getting them ready to launch against Israel. We don't know. They're preparing them as a preventive measure in case an attack is launched against Iran. We don't know that either. What we do know is that last time, the one who struck first struck twice, and it was Israel who did it at night, on a Thursday. They launched the attack and in half an hour took out the entire military leadership and a large part of the engineering corps that was designing, manufacturing, and building. The most powerful weapon ever built by humans to destroy other humans, the nuclear weapon. In June 2025, this war began, a war that has been in a kind of ceasefire. While both sides assessed, measured, and tended to the wounds from those skirmishes of 12 days, the 12-day war, everything ended with the midnight hammer. But it seems that the nail Donald Trump drove in with his B-2 planes, with those bunker-busting bombs in Fordo, wasn't enough to close the Ayatollah's gate to hell. A Ayatollah who has grown bolder, an Ayatollah who is now dreaming of sinking an aircraft carrier or even destroying the very people of Israel. Those dreams, empty dreams, are going to lead the whole region into a situation that hasn't been seen until now. A situation in which things will happen, painful things for everyone. But we want to be there. We want to be part of this because history demands it. What is the situation right now? We're going to quickly check the situation in the skies. Let's study what situation we're in at this moment. And we're going to travel again. Tonight, we're going to travel with your comments, your questions to find out what's happening right now. Is there something you need to know? The war is not only in Iran. Right now, while we're talking, other things are happening, incredible things, things that can make a lot of people nervous, especially our friends in Israel. At this moment, the United States of America is measuring, mapping, looking for any movement of Hezbollah in Lebanon, and now we're going to check it live here on Military Strategies. We're going to see everything, all these details and much more with your comments and with everything that's about to happen right now. With that, family, we begin this adventure. Tonight we start the show and we're going to see how things are and how far they can go. Let's begin. Right now, while we're talking, we're going straight to Flight Radar. Look at what's happening here. We didn't know this. We didn't suspect it. What? The Overlord drone, the one that's been scanning for weeks. It left Iran from the United Arab Emirates, crossed the entire Arabian Peninsula, and is right now coming out south of Tel Aviv. The MQ Triton is leaving. It's arriving in the Mediterranean. What's going on there? What's happening? What? United States Navy ships, Arleigh Burke-class destroyers with Aegis Combat System air defense systems. Will they be nearby? It's a strategic move. What about before the attack? Are planes currently being moved out of the Qatar Air Base? Probably something is happening for SQ-4 to leave from there. Meanwhile, what does seem to be happening is that more and more fighter jets keep arriving right now, crossing the cold waters of the North Atlantic. We have planes that are refueling many others in flight, and this one, with a pretty striking call sign, PAK 99.
Muy bien.
To their planes that are bombing. Like the messenger who knocks on your door to deliver something, that's how there are more tankers we see around here, more C-17S crossing, and troops are being moved from everywhere, right now. It's a situation that hasn't been seen until now and that we can't ignore either. What's happening right in this area? Taiwan and China, another place where there's an open crisis, and where the United States of America, which now has its troops and equipment deployed in this area, where there's also a United States aircraft carrier, has to stay alert, because more than 30% of the United States fleet is currently here, thanks. Deployed in the Middle East, please confirm for me that everything is working well, that there are no problems with the audio. Confirm for me that everything is running smoothly. Folks, In the chat, where are you connecting from? Tonight we have a lot of people here. We're going to give a lot of information, a lot of details about what's happening, about what's going on right now in the region. It's very important not to miss any detail of everything we're going to talk about today. We mark our position on the operations map, a new facility that appeared out of nowhere, a facility that appeared in a video and was on fire. I've been doing my research all these hours since the last live stream. We've been working, we've been looking even further. We've been, let's say, still understanding how complex Iran is and how complex its missile program is. Not easy, not at all easy. Let's get to it, folks, because tonight you're going to see everything you need to see to understand what's going to happen. There we are. Same place where we left off a little while ago. We were talking about a missile installation underground. Well, there's more. Anti-aircraft defense, and this you see here. Pay attention to that. It's a ramp, a silo. That ramp opens and launches missiles. This structure you're seeing there moves and leaves a kind of revolver with a direct missile magazine ready to be launched. We hadn't seen this before. There are other structures in Iran that have it, but I didn't know, I wasn't aware that they were so close. Here we can even see the remains of some missiles, the famous missile farms. Thank you. We see some vehicles with launchers. So the first installation we have today, what we're seeing there, what is that? You see those containers look like seeds, right?
Well,
I want you to pay attention to what we're going to explain to you tonight. Let's see. This is really good. Those tanks you see are the liquid fuel tanks. Goodbye, my friends. And what about the oxidizer that's used to propel the missile? I'll show you an organizational chart to help you understand how that missile works and its capabilities. There you see it. This is how it works. In fuel, the red color, in blue, the oxide that causes the reaction. Both are mixed in the area in the combustion chamber, and the reaction occurs that activates both liquids. So that the missile can fly. We've talked and we've said it has to be at a very special temperature. It has to be carried out very slowly.
very slowly. Look here, what you see there?
Here, what you are seeing, it's one of those capsules where the missile is placed inside, buried underground, and then launched. That's one of the examples of what I've called missile farms. They're buried and then used to be launched. This is the first structure we're seeing. Look at this whole area. This is very important. One of the priority targets could be satellite communication systems. Satellite communication systems. Now you can hear better, right? Please confirm for me that now the audio is coming through well, that there are no problems. I see that some people are commenting about issues with the signal, interruptions with the microphone. I think it's fine now. Good. What we're seeing now, that we're seeing, is important to understand. Very, very important. The situation is as follows. Many of those missiles, the missiles we're seeing can be guided by satellite. There are the antennas. Once they're launched, those missiles can be guided by satellite. We keep seeing more fuel canisters around here. And this is where we come to point number 2. The factory in this place we're looking at. With some anti-aircraft system deployed, some launch area as well. There's the factory. This is where it's made. That could also be one of the targets desired for attack by the United States and Israel. To destroy the capability these people have to build drones and missiles, because we also need to talk about drones. Hundreds and hundreds of drones built to be used in attacks launched against Israel or against the United States of America. There we can see them. Look here. There you can see the silhouette of a Sahaf missile. There you can see it. There's no more doubt. Second installation, third. An anti-aircraft radar sits atop the mountain. To give protection and security, this facility, which we didn't know about, or at least I wasn't aware of, tonight we've discovered it here live. Practically doing the search, looking for the details of everything that was being built and everything that is being built by the regime. In the operations area south of Tehran, the area from where they are going to launch missiles left and right, these people are going to do it, and without any doubt, facility number 4, this map, tonight we are all going to do it together. We are going to work as a team to do it. We mark facility number 4, and it's the one we saw this very afternoon. Thank you. Here it is. This is where the tunnels are, where the facility that might catch our attention the most is located. The most dangerous one, we could even see the launch silos or ventilation entrances here. It could be this right here. It's the shadows. Those are the places that the United States could attack with those powerful GBUs, with those highly effective penetrating weapons, as they did in Formosa. Here we see all the storage for the missile fuel. Again, we see the same trucks, the same silhouette, the same shape, the assembly area. A mega facility on the outskirts of Tehran, prepared to be launched against Israel. The distance from this place to Israel? Let's measure it in a straight line. We are going to 1,500 kilometers, 1,400, 1,500. 1,500 kilometers. 1,500 kilometers. 1,600 to Eilat. So we already know that the missiles launched from there must have at least a minimum range of 1,300 kilometers. They're not small missiles, they have to be large missiles. Let's continue our journey tonight. Let's go. Because, by the way, United States, it has deployed the Terminal High Altitude Area Defense and Patriot air defense systems at approximately 20 bases in Jordan, Kuwait, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, and Qatar. United States troops have also been positioned at strategic points between Iran, Turkmenistan, and Armenia, Turkmenistan, and Armenia. We'll attack through the back door, thank you. A surprise operation is going to be launched here that will come from behind. From behind. That's why Donald Trump said he wanted to give back. He wanted to return that air base in Afghanistan to have access from the east, to go in and make a pincer movement on Iran. That's it. That's where we are right now. All right? More news that's happening now. Let's take a look. Israel believes that Iran could launch an attack before being attacked. There are more than 130 fighter jets deployed. More than 130 aircraft deployed to attack Iran. It sounds quick, huh? But the reality is that there are many, a whole lot. What's the idea? Wait for the aircraft carrier until everything is ready and launch the attack directly? Or is there no time? That's the question. Iran is at a crossroads right now. Do we have to launch the attack now, or do we have to wait? That's what even they don't know themselves. They know that if they launch the attack first, they're going to find themselves in a very, very complicated situation, extremely complicated. Let's go here now. Go down Istam. We're now more or less in the central area near Isfahan. Look at this. Ready, Capuchas? Again, another ballistic missile base. Again, same trucks, same structures, same story. There we are seeing it. The same way of seeing things. These people never get tired. Another objective is that these were indeed attacked by Israel during the 12-day war. There's the entrance to the silos. That's where the launchers with the missiles come out. They go out into the open field and start firing missiles at Israel. I still remember the footage of how they later recorded videos launching the missiles from this area. Between two mountains, between two ravines, in there, covered, very well covered. Iran launched its attack, so this facility would also be another target, target 5.5. We are already in the Isfahan area. We're going to the other Movabahakeki target. Movabahakeki. Let's go to this one. One second.
we're going to look for it by name.
In this city, there's also another launch area, another structure for launching ballistic missiles. And again, we see the factories. Here it is. All these surrounding industrial areas is part of that mega structure of the missile system. Tremendous, really, really tremendous. Well, here we have point number. Count on me, number 6. Number 6 on the way. Let's go for number 7. I want more Cham. Why not? More? He has the living history of the missile program. It was Iran's first ballistic missile base. Missiles were brought there from Libya, given by Gaddafi to fight against Saddam Hussein. I want more. Cham is also another target. Inside its mountains, they place the vehicles that launch their missiles, and then they hide again. Israel attacked the entrances but couldn't destroy them. The structure underneath this whole mountain, look, it's gigantic. Even so, it was damaged. It seems that Iran has been able to recover a large part of it. We already have to go more on the list. But here the question is, are they going to launch the attack first? Another new one. Kamijez, this one we see here. Another new missile installation that we also hadn't identified until now, which becomes number 8. Number 8, and by the way, you can leave your comments. We're going to talk about this. You can ask your questions here in the chat. What would the objectives be? First, air defense systems and radars, command and control bases, military commanders, missile silo bases. Thank you. Thank you. Ballistic missile program, nuclear program. Revolutionary Guard, Basij base, and high-ranking army officers, the Ayatollah, and the regime's television networks. That would be the proposed menu in its order. Amazing. This is amazing. Let's also look at some comments to make this a bit more dynamic. What are people commenting? What are they thinking right now? Let's pick some of them. Come on, thank you for the memberships. Family? A Russian military plane taking part in Iran's maneuvers. In the current situation, what's your opinion? If they mess with it, things will get complicated. They're not going to mess with it. The ship, when they start shooting, will run out of there. It won't leave. It's going to stay. The Navy, it's not going to stay. The Chinese, they're not going to stay either. When the United States starts to deploy, is it going to tell them to set sail immediately or directly? It's not even going to touch them. It's going to leave them there. And they have a bunch of Iranian ships to go attack. They'll leave eventually. The time to end the regime was in June. If it hasn't ended and the United States isn't attacking, the regime must have something. It could be that they have something, maybe, but for now, we know that we don't know. If they had something or weren't planning to attack, they wouldn't send all this. Let's discuss what caught fire today. Open up, open up. Abidsal, even more.
Israel?
Abili, can you go and come back?
Yes.
Israel? Well, the silo of Tabriz, also number 9. We'll leave it at that. We're going back to Isfahan now. Let's see if we can
Get the data properly.
this area here. This is where the Isfahan air defense is, the one we're seeing there. 10. Here we can see the anti-aircraft missiles, radars, batteries, and not far from there, there's also a missile launch base. Goodbye. Here it is. Do you see the structures here? The bunkers that go into the mountain. All these areas could be attacked. Parkamita number chapter number 10. We continue Kambabar. Let's see where Kambabar is. Let's go there. Thank you, Def, for that super chat. Thank you so much. Really, Angel? Do you like violins? No. Anshul likes violins. Oh, this is interesting. The material to build it was taken from here. The entrance is here. Oh, these little holes look pretty bad. These are silos. An underground missile farm. Let's go see it. Trucks enter through here. Some earth from inside a mountain has been moved. Let's keep going. Here we are. There it is. Target number 11. We already have number 11, huh? Objective number 11. Let's look around more in case there's something else. Of course, these people are building as they're allowed to, huh? You can see here how they're breaking things. They're breaking the machinery. They want to build another mega missile center here. You can clearly see their intention, huh? And this right here could be the famous farms. With the missiles buried underground, they could be, huh? I don't rule it out. All right, let's continue with the super chats. Thank you so much, Angel Marlene. Thank you so much, Isabella. Thank you for your absolute dedication. Thank you for your super chat, for being here with us on this important night. Well, we already have objective number 11, huh? Oh, number 12. We know number 12, huh? Look at target number 12. Who is it? Joramabad, the Valley of the Missiles? Check this out. Do you remember the video we released? We recently re-released that video where we talked about the city of missiles. Well, it's Joramabad. Look, the Valley of the Missiles. All the bunkers around here. All the launch areas, all the launchers hidden in there. Everything ready to launch missiles against Israel and everywhere else. Look, they each have their own silhouette made to go out, take position, and fire. It's incredible, isn't it? It's an entire valley. If you look at it like this, look at this valley with this image. It's the valley of death. On the other side of the mountain, and this is also really interesting, on the other side of the mountain, we are going to find with this. This is a place for anti-aircraft defense, all right? Here, look at what a nice little hole this mountain has. From there, missiles like the South African Air Force, 3 are launched, heading toward Israel. Israel attacked that cover, that one over there and this one here. The date May 13, 2025. 1 month before being bombed. This is one of the most recent images we have of this facility. Curious, huh? The trucks come in with the missiles, the carousel is set up, and they're launched from inside the mountain. Protected, they can operate from the inside. Here. Incredible. Well, now we have installation number 12.
Objective number 12. You are here with us.
Right? Everything works fine. Confirm for me that everything sounds good, that everything is fine. And it sounds clear. Dizzy with the locations and strategies? Crack. I get dizzy too, you know? You handle the maps like an expert. It's a lot of hours, but I'm no expert. There are people who do it much better. Awesome strategies. I admire you. Thank you so much, really. That's fine. This one in particular is dangerous, huh? Because I was also building another area, which is this one here. Wow. Look, look, look. This is a more recent image. We didn't have it before. This is new, huh? I'm seeing this for the first time. It's new. Look, 2022. I want you to focus on this. Family, just a second. Look, this is what entering the year 2022 looks like. That entry right there, look at what Iran does. It's amazing. Last image, the most recent one, this one. It makes a kind of concrete box. It puts a wall on top of it. Look at the barriers it has. Those lines are made to absorb the impact of the ammunition. All of this is then covered with tons of earth on top, many tons of earth on top to protect the facility. Thank you. Look here, even though there was nothing here. And how do they build an entrance right there into the depths? It's fascinating, really. If they used all of this, well, let me tell you something, because I'm seeing the super chat here. There are 6 F-22s that couldn't cross the pond last night because there was a problem with the tanker that was going to supply them. Will they do it tonight, or have they started already? I'm fascinated by these people's construction abilities. No matter how you look at it, look at how much earth they've dug out. It's really, really impressive, huh? Do you think they built this for you? Iron? Of course they have to have them, surely. Look, these are vents. They have to have a gate between each area to prevent an explosion from going inside. Tunnel effect. No. Of course, you break a section, they open one and get out. You would have to attack this one here, which is super reinforced. This is really interesting. I hadn't seen this image before. It's very up to date. And it really catches your attention. All right, let's go to the next one. We'll come back to that later. Interesting tonight, watching the targets and where they're being loaded now. They're being loaded right now. The missile fuel, if they deploy the launchers, Israel is going to launch an attack. What's happening is that they're loading them inside the silos. And nobody knows what's going on. And they're really loading them inside. And nobody really knows what's going on over there. Here we have another range. Saraz, this was the one that appeared in the video. Saraz, I made a mistake. It wasn't Tabriz. It was Saraz number 13, bad number. Come on, let's see.
Let's see what we find in Shiraz.
Look. The entrance to the facility is here. Cars are parked outside. No one is allowed to enter by car to prevent sabotage. In fact, some live inside. Another. Oh my God, look, look, look. A mega structure there, huh? Another one over there. Another reinforced structure. Let's look for another image. This is where missiles are mounted. Look, 2 rows of missiles, the kind that open, the ones where the hatch opens.
Mother of God.
Missile launchers. There they are, launchers. Image from April 2025-25. Super large image. Is Siraz super large classified? This area? It's huge. It's huge, family. That's why so many fighter jets and so much ammunition are needed. Look. They connect to each other. Here are the tunnels. Here they are. There they are. There's a crane working. Oh my, wow. It could be that this structure we're seeing goes through the mountain. For a kilometer underground. To the other side. It could be, huh? Yes, 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 it could be. Look here. There's an entrance here. That entrance goes in. It goes inside. This is the communications tower with a radar. The compound is huge, huh? Imagine this whole compound here is a missile base. Very big, very big. It's huge. It's immense. Also, okay, let's continue Zanhem. Let's go see Zanhem. Each of these bases is a mystery, a complete mystery. Let's look around here. And here, let's see if it shows up.
Ah,
This one might be a bit complicated, but we could check it out. Let's see. Meanwhile, flights, how are the flights? They've taken the Triton. They've taken the drone. This is really strange, huh? They've evacuated him. It could be an evacuation. The United States of America is evacuating the bases in the Persian Gulf? What's the point of taking the Triton with you? When are you going to need it? It could be, huh? All right, Zanhem.
where are you? Where are you? Where are you? He must be around here, huh?
These people do it near the city so they can go. Now, this looks bad, huh? Here it is. Here it is. Yeah, sometimes. Number 14. Zangham. Missile Launch Zone near a university also. Advanced Institute of Science Studies. Just imagine what kind of science is studied there. How to make missiles. The Olive Stadium. And the missiles? What? This is incredible, huh? They are kilometer-long structures. Okay, we have number 14. Thank you. Let's go with the next one. Jazz? Wow, what a beautiful city. Look at this city, how beautiful it is. Iran is a beautiful country, isn't it? What a shame, what a shame. Free, we have to be objective, we have to be positive. Soon Iran will be free. Nice city, isn't it? You can tell it's from that era. Beautiful. Let's see what we find around here. They say there's another one here. They say that around this place, there could be another one. Yeah, come on, let's go with Super Chat, family. Let's see what you all are saying here. Trump reportedly proposed a simulated conflict. The United States would attack and Iran would respond in a limited way. Yeah, some story like that. Kind of weird and all. I don't know, huh? I'm not very into that story. I think that's why Trump is staying quiet, because what he's sending there is pretty big.
Bastante grande.
I don't think it's limited. That they're going to launch a little attack with 4 missiles or 20 missiles. This is much bigger than last time. That's why when I'm talking to people, they're telling me, no, this will be 4 rockets, 12 days, 10 days. And home? No, I don't see it that clearly this time. Well, not here in this place either. I don't want to spend too much time on it right now because we don't have it, even though it would be good to spend some time on it. There's another one. Let's mark Zone 15. We already have Zone 15 there. Let's go to another one. Goodbye.
Let's continue. Oh, this one, yes. Phew, this one. Oh my goodness.
Let's look for the entrance. The entrance to the borough is around here. Cars parked outside. Security control. We go up the road. Remnants of missile construction can be seen around there, the remains of having built missiles. These people are terrible at recycling. Missile launchers for transporting missiles, transporting fuel. And hey, look. Look what we have here. A fortified, reinforced entrance. Mother of God, look, until next time. Look at the shadow. Let's find another image where you can see it better. It's just that the shadow is there. There it is. There are entrances over there and another one there. But the most recent one is 2023. And here we see the silo cover for launching the missiles, which is how you enter, go down under the mountain, and launch. Impressive. This is number 16. Number 16, family. In this short time, we've already done 16 installations, no more, no less. No more, no less, 16. Thank you. This is in the middle. Look at how the map is turning out already. Thank you. Look at how the map is turning out. 16. 16. Let's go to one of my favorites. Thanks. Quom? the holy city of Shiism. This was attacked too. It was attacked, according to reports, according to what people say, there was an attack. Let's mark it. This one is next to Fordo. This is one of the ones that causes the most fear because they can assemble the nuclear weapon. Also, it's a mega weapons depot. You can see it here, the whole structure, mega weapons depot. There it is, mega weapons depot. Double entrance. You enter through one place and exit through another. Radar on the top. The mountain also has a sinister color. It looks like Mordor. It's something sinister. Multiple entrances from different roads. More things underground. And Fordo is right next to it. The story of Fordo is right next to it. Here is Fordo. Do you recall if this was destroyed? Well, right next to Fordo, there's a missile launch area. What do you want it for? Missiles near a uranium enrichment plant to make a nuclear weapon. Directly? The audio cuts out. The audio cuts out right now. Thanks for letting me know the audio cuts out. It cuts out at times. Let's see if it doesn't cut out now. I'm going to put this in a strategic way. I know you have to be careful with the information. You're doing a great job. Norma, thank you very much, really. I hope it stops cutting off. Thanks. We'll put it there so it doesn't cut off. We already have the installation number. Let's edit. Let's go. It's number 17. 17. We're still here live. Family, your likes are super important. This content we're making, already creating the operations map of what could happen. Thank you for watching the video operations map. Let's go to the next stop on the way. Urmia. Oh my, Urmia. Look around here, you know. Look at all these lines you see marked. They're places to put launchers. In fact, some are already set up. Look, some are already placed there. This is June 26, 2025. The 12-day war. The launchers were already placed there. We have to see if this was destroyed. Wow, look, what a mega base, guys. This one is huge, huh? Well, it's gigantic, huh? Check the other entrance on the mountain's far side. That's it. It's just too much. That's why I say that here, this is a job that will take weeks, you know? If you want to do it right, this is a job that will take weeks. Whoa, be careful with this one. Look at what you're about to see now. Be careful with this one, okay? Kilometers. Let's check the range. Let's set it to 2,000 kilometers. And others. From here, they can attack Crete. They can attack the base in Crete. Look at the line. From there, they can attack. Europe is closer to Aquitabris. Did you know that this lake didn't used to be like this? That lake was full of life, and these people have destroyed it with their missile program and by polluting the land. Well, we have to keep this base in mind, really keep it in mind, Urmia. From here, they could attack Europe. Countries that are within reach. Romania. Bulgaria. They could reach as far as Hungary. Poland. They could also reach the south of Poland, Krakow. They could hit it with a missile they have, with a range of 3,000 kilometers. They can reach Italy, Germany. He's calm, huh? This scares me. When you start to calculate, you say, oh my God. Okay. We already have a few out there, a few here. Let's see, the ones that weren't dealt with, let's see. Let's see. Now, facilities that haven't been touched yet. This one here. Whoa, what's this? Thanks, this one is super weird, family. Super weird installation in the Strait of Hormuz area.
Let's see this one. Let's see. Why do I say it's strange? We have the entrance.
Look at how much earth has been displaced from inside the mountain. Do you see these mounds here, this buried one that's here buried? Look at the entrances. You go in here, you go in there, you go in over there. That's it. This is a 2-level bunker. Look, you go in through here, and inside there are the wires. From here you can launch waves of drones, cronies, or cruise missiles. This one itself doesn't seem to be just for ballistic missiles. I get the feeling that this one is more for cruise missiles. Would that make sense? You can attack from here. The maritime traffic in the Strait of Hormuz? Could this be the famous base like this? Where all those missiles appeared underground. It could be family, it could be 18, no, 19, no, 1. We have number 19, and this one is very interesting. It hasn't been attacked yet. Let's continue with the next one. Next. Right now, 3-16 in Israel. Breaking news, Donald Trump. We have breaking news. Breaking right now, family, right now, right now. The President of the United States, Donald Trump, has been briefed on options to attack Iran, which include a campaign to kill dozens of Iranian political and military leaders with the goal of overthrowing the government, as well as an airstrike that would be limited to targeting objectives, including nuclear and ballistic missile facilities, they said. According to United States and foreign officials, Trump has already been briefed on the situation. Mr. President, these are the options. These are the targets. At your command? When Donald Trump says, "Thank you, let's go, Jam," not too far from there. Jam? This one wasn't attacked. No. To Golfo from the press. At one moment, it was located in this area. If I'm not mistaken, there it is. Covered at the foot of the mountain facing the sea. Is that the Persian Gulf? On this little mountain is the entrance. And you enter the JAM drones and anti-ship missiles complex. 20. We have 20? For now, 20 facilities. We're going for more. This just doesn't stop. Next. What's this city's name? Lar? How many millions of dollars has Iran spent on this? What do you guys think? If everything they had spent was used for their people, they'd be doing so well. Look, this one's interesting. The parking area is paved. And this? Silos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 silos there. 9. Look at the thickness of the walls. Check out the thickness. Imagine if we could do this. 4 meters. 4 meters thick. Here's the ventilation duct, I think. Let's look for it. That could be the weak spot. Let's check it out. There it is. That's the gate. It's amazing, huh? Well, there's another one that's going to hell. What a reinforced entrance. And all this that we see here, vehicles and more shuttle vehicles, another entrance over there. $21. We keep going, family, thanks to those 50 memberships. I don't think that attack is going to be surgical. No, I don't think so either, huh? Objective number 21. What absolute madness. You stop to look at it and you just say mountains and mountains and mountains. Thank you, Andrea, for those 50 memberships. Thank you, Jacob, for that super chat. Thank you so much. Seriously, we're live right now. Family, we're missing a lot of likes tonight. Map night, information night, intelligence night, here on Military Strategies. Look, I enjoy this like a kid. I love seeing these things and identifying them, identifying and searching. And it gets your attention. What should I say? Because these places will fly away later? Next. Let's go to another one. Let's see this one. Oh my God. It's scary. Just getting a little closer. This already starts to get scary. Another missile megacity. This is too much. Look, 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 look. Look at all the entries. Look at them all. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is huge, huh? Press, they're there, and this one is near the Persian Gulf, so we have to attack this one. 22. It's just impressive. Look, 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 look in there. A lot of money. It's incredible how much money the regime has spent on building hell. I find it unbelievable. Come on, let's go with the last one, the very last one. Of the one not attacked from the list. This one is famous. This is the one they say is the revolver type. Do you remember the video we saw in the intro? Let's look for it around here. Let's look for it. The video of this one. This isn't it. Hold on a second. I'm looking for it. Let's see if we can find it. This is it. There are serious reports that say this facility you're seeing there, you see? These are the holes for the missile wires. Those aren't entrances. They're missile exits. Well, it's said that what we're seeing is this. This that we're seeing. A carousel system set up to launch missiles one after another. So they go by and get launched. There are those who say that installation is that one. I don't know if it's true or not. I know the people in the video are dead. But of course, it draws attention. This has really drawn the attention of the international community because they already have the holes prepared to launch the missiles from underground. I suppose they must have finished building it by now because it was half built. I suppose it's already finished. Look, this one is amazing. Reinforced walls. 5 meters of wall reinforcement. This facility is very well protected. Well, let's put this one up to there. Number 23. Let's move on to the comments. What are your thoughts now? Let's review the overall map. We head north and look at this. Look. Look, friends, perfect Saturn walking. Joking, nothing serious, just a joke. I want volatility done right if we know fire magnetism. What do you think? What do you think about this? Me? I think it's a long job. It's not something you can do overnight. If what you want is to block the vehicles from leaving, you will block them. That's undeniable. You can block them. It's true that you can block it here, but if what you want is to destroy it, that's a different matter. It's not that easy. This will be unlike anything we've seen before. Very, very different. And notice that we haven't looked because I know I've seen it. Also, in this area there is as well. Look, in this area on the outskirts. I know they also have them in the east of the country. This is where the problem is. There are many targets. You have to use a very specific type of ammunition, armor-piercing ammunition. There could be a special forces assault. There could be. Some of them can't be destroyed from the air. I'm absolutely sure, 100%, that some of them are impossible to destroy. But the thing is, these guys can reach Europe. It's not just Israel. They have half the world within reach. That's a lot to handle. They say around here, is it true? The nest of hell is in Iran. Subscribe to the channel. Let's support Strategius. Thank you very much. Shalom, everyone. They would need more United States and Israeli military deployment to destroy all that infrastructure. Good question. I think it's weeks of work. In Kerman there are also, actually there are more. I know by name that there are. It's just that there is family in many places. The combinations are enormous. Look, you have to understand something. Iran doesn't have an air force. It doesn't have a strong enough ground force to invade Israel. For him, they're technologically far ahead. What have they done? Well, they've built missile silos, built launch zones. It makes sense. They've built the only thing that can offer them any alternative to not be destroyed. There's still a lot missing, huh? There's still a lot missing in what we're looking at right now. We see more comments. What if a missile went to Russia? No, that won't happen. Missiles don't just go astray. It's a very active seismic zone. It's not going to get away. That's true. It's a seismic zone. Iran is a very active seismic zone. It always has been. Are there that many places here? We could be here for 2 months of operations, huh? If you want to take down this whole cluster of missiles, we could be here for 2 months and they'd still be launching missiles. We're discussing fixed installations. There's something else you should know. They mount the missiles on trucks and take them to urban areas. In a shopping mall, they put a launcher in a hospital, they put another launcher in a civilian building, they put a launcher, and then they take it out and launch from the middle of the street. It's just that the range of responses Iran has is also quite broad. It's true that missiles run out, and in the end, they can't launch everything. Or at least they shouldn't be able to launch everything. That's something I think most of us more or less understand that. Of course they can't launch everything, but is there always going to be a chance that they will launch some? This is the Bandar Abbas area. There are also some in this mountain. Here it is. There's the entrance. Do you see the number? 24.
Número 24.
And there are also some close to others, 19 to 24. They're forming a kind of line of fire to be able to attack all the countries in the region, all of them, every single one. It's a complex issue. It's a complex issue. Would Jordan help? Yes. Would Jordan help? Yes. Jordan is reportedly permitting use of its military base once the regime falls. Most missiles will collect water for irrigation. They'll need to do something there. I'm not sure if it'll be a second or something else inside. But they have to set up something. It's just that there's a lot in there. There's a lot there. I'm reading the chat. Today I'm with Super Chat. I'm also reading the chat. I'm really impressed by this. It's a genuine impression. The amount of facilities there are. We don't even realize it. We haven't gone to see what they might have sent to Iraq because they probably sent equipment to Iraq too, so it's normal, bad that we see all this that's happening. Images. Now, something catches the eye. Did they turn off the transponders on the tanker planes? Goodbye. Now we only see C-17 planes evacuating. We don't see any planes en route. We don't see them. Are all the planes heading north? We don't see any heading south, unlike the other days when we did see planes heading south. Now they're only heading north. Maybe we're entering the zone of darkness now. We've almost got everything deployed, and now we want to hide the final movements. What could it be, huh? It could be. We're still live, family. Here, in military strategies, it's really striking. Since what time have we stopped seeing Rumbo Sur? Let's go back. Day 18. Let's start from 9 post meridian when there was movement. You could see movement. Let's hit play.
Yeah.
Not that.
But now the pattern has changed.
Notice how these tankers were refueling a bunch of planes. And there was a moment when we stopped seeing them. This might have been the last convoy of C-17 planes heading south. When they passed over the Sinai Peninsula, they turned off the transponder and disappeared. Up to that point, and these have also cut the transponder, the ones that were there. See, this one here has turned off the transponder, which means now the United States is indeed starting to hide movements. That's when things get concerning. The problem isn't that you can see what they're doing. It's not seeing it. That's where the key is. When we don't see anything, that's when something is happening. Is that right, family? I hope you enjoyed this show. If you did, let me know in the comments and leave your likes. If you're watching the replay, hit the bell. Activate the bell, because this could start happening at any moment. See you in the next show here on Military Strategies. Good evening, greetings.